I'm facing the music. What's up, everybody? I'm not solo doloing it tonight. John Tortorelli should be joining me. He just has some Wi-Fi issues. But we all just witnessed is pretty obvious. We witnessed an all-time choke job from the Knicks because they were up 121 to 112 with a minute left in this game, and they ended up losing. And I see the chat. I see you all spamming choke, 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 and it's deserved. Tonight was an all-time choke job that I did not expect. I've always heard stories about it. I've seen footage of how it happened with Reggie Miller and the Knicks back then, but I never thought it'd happen in current day. Partly because I never thought the Knicks would be that good to be in a situation like this, but game one of the Eastern Conference Finals, and it happens. Or if you're asking how I feel terrible. I feel as if the Knicks let a game slip away. Teams that have trailed by 9+ points in the final minute of the fourth quarter or overtime in a playoff game were 0 and 1,414 since 1998. That one win is now the Indiana Pacers because the Knicks choked. I can't believe it. Aaron Nesmith decided to go unconscious from three. He couldn't miss. Jalen Brunson had some bad turnovers. Cat made one of his 2 free throws. He missed the second one. OG Anunoby missed one of his 2 free throws. So many mistakes down the stretch that allowed Indiana to come back in this game. I felt a little bit good because I thought Tyrese Halliburton had gamed us when he stepped back and hit that long-range shot. I thought it was a 3. It ended up being a 2, and I told myself, oh my God, there's life. We didn't completely blow this game just yet. I told myself we win 5 minutes, we win the game. And overtime started off well. I will say they missed a blatant goaltend when Brunson went to the cup. That was a blatant goaltend. It would have put up us up 6 points. The Knicks, that is. They missed that blatant goaltend. But I have to give nothing but credit and nothing but respect to the Indiana Pacers and how they took this game. You can't call it luck at this point. They did it against the Bucks. They did it against the Cavaliers. And they now did it against the New York Knicks. I said before this series, I think this is the series that Halliburton has to up his scoring aggression. And what did he have tonight? 31 points, 11 assists, a double-double. Halliburton looked like a superstar tonight. Hit clutch shots. Could have synced the game winner had his foot been behind the line, and it was very close. The Knicks' execution down the stretch was just baffling to me. I just couldn't believe it. And what I didn't understand is that in overtime, Karl-Anthony Towns was a clear defensive liability, and so was Jalen Brunson because he was playing with 5 fouls. And the Pacers kept attacking Brunson. He couldn't be physical because he didn't want to foul out, and Cat offered no rim protection. So Tom Thibodeau opted to put Mitchell Robinson in the game, which I thought was the correct decision. And you want to know what happened? The Pacers missed the shot, and Obi Toppin came from out of nowhere and got a putback dunk in overtime. Why else is Mitchell Robinson in the game for? He's in the game to get those rebounds. That's why he's in the game, and he didn't do his job. Then Obi Toppin had a free lane to the basket off the inbound and got a layup. Mitchell Robinson's in the game to protect the rim, and he didn't do it. You might as well have kept Cat out there. Now, I agree with the decision, but you might as well have kept Cat out there. And now I'm looking at the Knicks, who Cat had 35 points and 12 rebounds. Masterclass from him, wasted. Jalen Brunson, despite him being inefficient from 3, he had 43 points. but he had 7 turnovers, and those were huge. And to end the fourth quarter, I mean, my goodness, he was just throwing the ball wherever. On the inbounds pass to Josh Hart that could have been stolen by Andrew Nembhard. Don't even get me started when he was trapped near the baseline and he just threw it in play, and OG Anunoby just happened to be in the vicinity. I mean, what are we talking about here? Or what about the threes that we took to try to tie the game in overtime and all of them falling short? The sidestep three he took. Jalen Brunson overall had a good game, but he didn't show up when it mattered. Mikal Bridges, I thought he played fine, 16. OG Anunoby, he could have been better, but he had 16. Josh Hart didn't play good. Mitchell Robinson played amazing. Deuce McBride played amazing. I thought this was a great Knicks performance. I was getting ready to celebrate a victory. I had a tweet in the draft saying, thank God we're 3 wins away from the NBA Finals. And what happens? I proceed to see Aaron Nesmith, possession after possession, hit 3 after 3, each 3, ripping my heart out of my chest. Aaron Nesmith, he had 30. Somebody check. When's the last time Aaron Nesmith had 30? He had 30. He went 8 for 9 from 3. 8 3-pointers made in the Eastern Conference Finals. Halliburton, 31. When's the last time he had 30? Now, I give a lot of respect to the Pacers, and you know how I feel about the Pacers. But my goodness, 2 things can be true. The Pacers played amazing down the stretch. The Knicks choked this game. It's as simple as that. You're up 9 points with less than a minute left. It's inexcusable to lose that game at that point. At home, in front of the home fans. And right after the game, I tweeted, history repeats itself. Reggie Miller with the choke job sign. Halliburton doing it, thinking it was a game winner, but it wasn't a game winner. Neither here or there. They still won the game. History repeats itself. As a basketball fan, how could you not be romantic about basketball? The storyline and the history between and the beef between the Knicks and Pacers, and for the second era, the second generation of this rivalry to have a moment that replicates the first generation of this rivalry. There are movies that aren't scripted as good. I'm just saying. All-time choke job. But you know what they say. Sometimes you got to get beat down to get back up. And I think the Knicks proved for 43 minutes of this game that they were the better team. And I think the Knicks are still going to win this series. I think their execution down the stretch will be better. And if history repeats itself, well, when Reggie Miller did the choke sign, the Pacers ended up losing that series and they didn't win another game in that series. The Knicks are still going to the NBA Finals. And I hear all the naysayers. Oh, Boston said the same thing when they lost to the Knicks. Blah, blah, blah. We're not losing game 2 at home at MSG. You guys lost 2 straight home games. That's not going to happen to us. We're winning game 2. The Knicks are still winning this series. And I'm going to read these super chats. I guess John probably is not joining me. His Wi-Fi is probably shot. He just moved into a new place. Let's get into these. Brunson and Hallie both impressed me today for sure. I mean, it was a great point guard battle duel. Brunson had 43. Hallie had 31 and 11. They were amazing. And I think this is going to go down as one of the best Eastern Conference Finals games between point guards in history. I think it was that good. Not Josh Tofi. A solo stream after that loss is crazy work, but I respect it. I mean, hey, I sent the link to all the guys. They're not here. I'm waiting on John. But I can't leave you guys hanging. Because even in defeat, I'm going to show my face. Because I still believe the Knicks are winning this game. I mean, winning this game, my goodness. Winning this series. You can tell it's late at night right now. I still believe the Knicks are winning this series. I do. And obviously, after this moment, the belief from a lot of people are down People are hoping the Knicks are going to lose, but I don't believe it. I think we are the better team, and I think we're going to show it. Hustle goes, props to you for not hiding, and Nesmith is Brunson's daddy. Galveston in 5. What the hell, Burton? I mean, Aaron Nesmith, you just have to tip your hat to him and what he was able to do. He had 30 points. He hit 8 threes. He's going to make a lot of money this offseason with the way that he could defend and the way that he could hit threes. The way he defended was awesome on Brunson. The referees, I will say, after watching game 1 of the Western Conference Finals and the physicality that wasn't able to be allowed, at least on Minnesota's side with Shea, Jalen Brunson got a couple fouls that you could argue, like maybe those aren't fouls, but for the most part, the referees in this game, Eastern Conference Finals game 1, they were letting both sides play a very physical brand of basketball. Jalen Brunson, there was a lot of contact, and he didn't get those calls. I like the officiating, even if it didn't favor me. I like the officiating. I like the physicality of it. Riley Meeks goes, shout out to you, Mr. Moran, showing up solo to give us amazing content, even after the tough loss for your Knicks. Go Wolves. Knicks and Wolves, both 0-1, both still going to the NBA Finals. Energized goes, move aside, Chauncey Billups. There's a new Mr. Big Shot in town. Halliburton is clutch. I mean, Halliburton, even though it was only 9 players that called him overrated, Halliburton is clearly a star. He's a star player, and he rises up to the occasion. And I thought this game was a special game from him and a game that was needed for him to show off his scoring aggression in front of the whole world. When Halliburton is aggressive and attacking downhill and looking for his shot to couple with the playmaking, he's a special player, man. Like, we watched October, November Halliburton from like a year and a half ago tonight. Like, this is how special Halliburton can be when he's absolutely at his best. And I think in this series, with a chip on his shoulder going up against the Knicks, he's going to play like that. Riley Meeks goes, I tried to DM you on Instagram, but couldn't. You should throw y'all fellas in the intro. We should. I don't know if that's going to get done because I spent a pretty penny on the intro. But I like the idea of throwing our faces on the intro for sure. Now, let me look at these chats. You guys are talking about the thumbnail of this stream. What's the thumbnail of this stream? I want to see. Is it anything specific? Okay, I see it now. That's funny. Okay, you guys can ask questions. I'll be on here for a little bit just interacting with you guys. But my goodness, man, I really can't believe that they lost. You guys have no idea how confident I was with a minute left. I sent a couple tweets. I said, yeah, the Pacers ain't facing no injured Knicks team anymore. This is the real deal. It's the Cat Masterclass game. I mean, my goodness, I was up on my high horse. I had a thought. This is honest to God thought I had. I'm not even messing with you guys. This is an honest thought I had. Honest to God thought. When we were up 9 points with less than a minute left, I said, man, what if the Knicks blow this like the Cavs and the Bucks did? And I was saying, nah, it's not going to happen. Nah, we're up by too much. Those were 7-point leads, and this is a 9-point lead. There's no way. This is too safe. Too many things have to go wrong for that to happen. And everything went wrong. I really can't believe it, dude. Nigel, do you think the refs are going to call the Wolves Thunder series differently with the way this ECF game 1 was called? I hope so, and I think they will. I think that the NBA has seen all the backlash on social media of the officiating from game 1 of the WCF, and I think they're going to change how they blow the whistle in game 2, for sure. They're going to allow more physicality on Minnesota's part, because I think OKC, they're very physical, and they get away with a lot, and I like that. It's fine, but let Minnesota get away with a lot, too. Kevman goes, WWE promo if y'all win game 2. Oh, if we win game 2, we're right back up. Rodney goes, y'all defense was bad. Yeah, I would say late in the fourth quarter and overtime, our defense was terrible. To start the fourth quarter when Brunson was on the bench, our defense looked its best. And I would say in the first quarter, our defense looked terrible. Cat consistently was getting hunted, and Cat had an amazing offensive game. But I think we also saw the opposite spectrum of just how negative he could be as a defender in these type of moments. He can be really awful, man. So, man, I don't know what to say. We have to find some solutions, but overall, we just have to have better execution down the stretch. Yaya goes, come on, Joel, don't do that. We got 40 free throws to their 26. The OKC Thunder had 26 to 21. How was this game more physical? I just think they swallowed their whistle more. I do. Those free throw numbers, and listen, sometimes you can pull all the numbers you want. Just as a viewer watching the game, I felt like this game, there was more physicality involved for sure. I thought there was more physicality. You also have to understand that the Pacers and Knicks game today that we saw, it was much less threes. It was, I mean, both teams were driving the basketball and getting to the paint. Whereas the OKC Thunder and Minnesota series, Minnesota wasn't driving to the cup, and OKC, only person that was driving to the cup was really Shea and J-Dub in moments. So that's what I think the free throw discrepancy is really alluding to. Man, how are you guys feeling? How are you guys feeling? How are you guys feeling? Is it Pacers? Are they winning the series? Because I still got the Knicks in the chat. Let me know what you guys got. Pacers and what, or Knicks and what? I want all the confident Knicks fans showing out in the chat right now. Don't lose your confidence just because we lost game one in this type of fashion. What happened to the rest of the crew? Most of them got work. Riv got work in the morning. Drew got work in the morning. Dell's had to go pick up his girlfriend from the airport. And John, his Wi-Fi is acting up. So that's what happened to the crew. Knicks and 7, I like that. Knicks, we getting some Pacers love in here. Okay. I like that. Leon goes, can you explain how SJ isn't the best player in the world if he wins finals MVP? I think he has an argument for it. He's now in the conversation. I think he can be the best player in the world if he wins the finals MVP. But you also have to acknowledge that Jokic has 3 MVPs and a championship and a finals MVP. Giannis has 2 MVPs, a championship, and a finals MVP, and both of them are still at their very peaks. They're still playing at an elite level. And now Shea would have an MVP, a finals MVP, and a championship. So I think if he wins that, he is now like he's in the tier where it's like them 3 and then everybody else, and everybody else is playing catch up. And I think you could argue Shea over Giannis. If you want to argue Shea over Jokic because defense, who's to say you can't? I think you can argue that. Jay Clark goes, I feel like I got hit with the Mike Tyson punch in the chest. Certain losses you just can't come back from. I'm done with basketball. Don't lose faith. Listen, this was a all-time bad choke job. I'm not losing faith. I still have the utmost confidence in the Knicks. Don't lose faith. If you had the Knicks before this series, you should have the Knicks after this game. Don't lose faith. It's only one game of the series. It's going to be a long series. Free Hola goes. Amazing ball tonight, Sally. Have to watch OKC next. It was really a generational meltdown, huh? Have we ever seen what Aaron Nesmith did today? I can't remember it. I can't remember somebody getting this hot. I really can. Slim goes, explain your take saying Ant is generational because it don't make sense to me. Only a couple generational players since 2000. So you probably saw that from Player's Choice. The guy was arguing that Ant is not generational. And I said that I think that there's a difference between being a generational talent and being a generational player. I think what Anthony Edwards has done is generational for the Timberwolves. And I think you could argue for his age, he's done generational stuff. He is the second youngest player to lead his team in scoring in back-to-back years and make the conference finals since Kevin Durant. In terms of how young he is, players that have had 600 points, 200 rebounds, and 200 assists in a playoff run before 23 years old and going to the conference finals, it's Anthony Edwards and it's LeBron James. So I think Anthony Edwards, he's doing so much for the Timberwolves to where they have more playoff wins in his 5 seasons than they had in their entire existence as a franchise. So do I think Anthony Edwards is a generational player for the Timberwolves? Absolutely. And I think he's doing some generational stuff for a young player. Jay Greedo goes, Pacers down 6 with a minute left are the best team in the league. I'm convinced there's Mudu Vacic going on. You're not wrong. If Shea didn't get the calls, it's still top 3. Yes, he's still top 3. And that's the thing. I think game one of the WCF, Shea got some calls that he shouldn't have gotten. Absolutely. I'm on board with that. I don't think Shea's a foul merchant. I don't think Shea relies on free throws more than any other 30-point per game scorer throughout NBA history. If you actually look at the numbers, his free throw rate goes down from the regular season to the playoffs. So he's getting calls less often. I think that game one of the WCF, because he got some ticky-tack touch fouls that I wouldn't have called, it validated a lot of takes that people had that weren't rooted in fact. I think that one game was a bad officiating game on his part. That doesn't mean that I think that now he's this foul merchant and he's bad for the league. I think that's an overreaction. And I've defended Shea this year a lot in regards to that narrative because I do think it is a false one when you look at the numbers. But that's going to do it for me, fellas. Thank you guys for popping in on the stream. 527 people. Make sure you guys drop a like on it. Subscribe to the channel. We'll probably record an in-person podcast very soon. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully tomorrow night we'll have more of the crew here to react to game 2 of the Thunder and the Timberwolves conference finals matchup. But that's going to be it for me. I'm going to go to sleep and hope that the Knicks take game 2. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.